Cab driver loaded both suitcases like nothing had changed at all. The hotel band was playing love songs when I walked through the lobby doors. The clerk smiled and said congratulations, handed me a room key with a grin. I didn't have the heart to correct him. Some wounds are fresh enough to hide behind a smile. It was a honeymoon for one, a king-size bed in the setting sun, a bottle of champagne on ice for a future that never arrived. Everybody saw paradise, I saw what could have been. Yeah, it was a honeymoon for one. I spent the first 2 days avoiding every couple on the beach, watching footprints in the shoreline disappear beneath the sea. Then an old man sitting by the water said, "Son, life don't end this way." And somehow those simple words stayed long after he walked away. It was a honeymoon for one, a king-size bed in a setting sun, a bottle of champagne on ice for a future that never arrived. Everybody saw paradise, I saw what could have been. Yeah, it was a honeymoon for one. Funny how the place you go to bury a dream can become the place you find yourself again. It was a honeymoon for one, but not the ending I believed. Somewhere between the ocean breeze and learning how to breathe, I stopped mourning who I'd lost and started meeting me. Yeah, it was a honeymoon for one, and somehow that saved me. There's a 40 ticket in my wallet, been there almost half a year. I should have thrown it away by now, but I can't bring myself to. It still says 2 passengers in that little destination town. Funny how a piece of paper can weigh so much. Some memories don't fit in the trash. It's the honeymoon ticket for a trip we never made, a reminder of a future that slipped away. And every time I see it, I go back to that day. Yeah, it's the honeymoon ticket I still can't throw away. I remember standing at the airport, watching families come and go, trying to act like I was fine when everybody knew there was an empty space beside me where your smile should have been, and 1,000 dreams boarding without you. Man, heartbreak travels light. It's the honeymoon ticket for a trip we never made, a reminder of a future that slipped away. And every time I see it, I go back to that day. Yeah, it's the honeymoon ticket I still can't throw away. But maybe holding on to it ain't holding on to you. Maybe it's holding on to who I was. Now someday I'll clean out that wallet and finally let it go. Not because I forgot you or the plans we used to know, but because life's too short to stay standing at the gate. Yeah, it's the honeymoon ticket, and I'm finally moving on. Yeah, I'm finally moving on. There's a chair by the window in Mama's house nobody sits in anymore. It's been nearly 3 years now since Dad walked through that door. His Bible's still beside the lamp, his reading glasses too. Like somehow everybody knows not to move a thing. Some absences stay visible long after goodbye. That chair by the window still feels like his place. Like if we wait a little longer, we'll see his smiling face. And every Sunday afternoon without him sitting there feels different somehow. At the chair by the window, grandkids still ask about him every now and then, and we tell the same old stories over and over again, about fishing trips and baseball games, and lessons he passed down, the kind of things a family keeps long after someone's gone. Love leaves fingerprints on everything. That chair by the window still feels like his place. Like if we wait a little longer, we'll see his smiling And every Sunday afternoon without him sitting there feels different somehow. At the chair by the window, some people leave this world but never leave a home. Yeah, that chair by the window still reminds us every day of the man who built this family in 1,000 quiet ways. And though the chair sits empty, his memory never will. Yeah, his memory never will. I held you for the first time in a hospital room at dawn. Your tiny hand wrapped around my finger, and suddenly my whole world changed. I looked at your mama standing there with tears shining in her eyes, and I thank God for the two greatest gifts He ever put in my life. And one day when you're older, there's something I hope you know. When she's grown, I hope she's strong like her mama, kind like her mama, brave when life gets hard. I hope she learns that beauty ain't something in a mirror. It's the way your mama loves people, straight from the heart when she's grown. There'll be days you don't feel good enough, days somebody lets you down, days this world seems colder than it ought to be. That's when I hope you remember the woman who raised you, and all the grace you carried through everything life threw at her. Baby, if you follow her example, you'll be alright. When she's grown, I hope she's strong like her mama, kind like her mama, and brave when life gets hard. I hope she learns that beauty ain't something in a mirror. It's the way your mama loves people, straight from the heart when she's grown. And when the day comes, somebody gives you their last name, I hope they love you half as much as I do. When she's grown, I hope she knows she's treasured, loved beyond measure, from the day she came along. And if she ever wonders what a good woman looks like, all she has to do is look at her mama. Yeah. Look at your mama. That's where it starts. sat across that kitchen table 100 nights and maybe more, watching you laugh at something silly while I stared through that screen door. You catch me looking every now and then, I just smile and look away. Never found the words I needed to tell you what I couldn't say. But tonight feels different somehow. If you only knew how much you mean to me, how every little thing you do still stops me in my tracks. Every morning when I wake up and every night before I sleep, if you only knew, you'd know you're everything. That old sweatshirt hanging by the doorway, the one you stole from me years ago, still makes me smile every time I see it. And I don't think you even know. It's never been the big moments that made me fall this hard. It's the little things you do every day that keep stealing my heart. And I don't say it enough. If you only knew how much you mean to me, how every little thing you do still stops me in my tracks. Every morning when I wake up, and every night before I sleep, if you only knew, you'd know you're everything. One day when we're old and gray, rocking on that front porch swing, I'll still be looking at you the same way I am tonight. If you only knew how lucky I've been to spend my life beside the girl I'd choose all over again. And if I never find the perfect words, I hope one thing still rings true. If you only knew how much I love you. Yeah, if you only knew how much I love you. We were leaning on the railing by the harbor at midnight, watching boats disappear into the moonlight. Your hair kept dancing in the ocean wind. Every time you smiled, I forgot where I'd been. A little beach bar band was playing slow. Neither one of us wanted to go, so we stayed right there, letting time stand still. Like the whole world was waiting on us. we had all the time in the world tonight. Every light along that shoreline faded away, till there was nothing left but your face. Girl, I swear heaven felt this close in a coastline kiss. Your shoes in one hand, my jacket on your shoulders, laughing like we never wanted to get older. The tide kept rising, the night rolled on, but somehow it still felt way too short. You whispered something I can't forget, a memory I still carry yet. Some nights come and go with the wind, some nights stay forever. The stars were falling into the water, and I was falling for you. We were lost in a coastline kiss. Salt air, sweet love, nothing better than this. Waves rolling in while your hand held mine, like we had all the time in the world tonight. Every light along that shoreline faded away, till there was nothing left but your face. Girl, I swear heaven felt this close in a coastline kiss. Years from now, when the summer's gone and that old beach bar moves along, I'll still see you underneath those stars. Every time I hear the ocean call, we were lost in a coastline kiss. One perfect night I'll never stop missing. The moon hanging low and your heart next to mine, like a dream I got to live for a while. Every road I've traveled since then still somehow leads me back again. Girl, some memories never let go, like that coastline kiss. Yeah, some memories never let go, like that coastline kiss. Screen door slammed about 9:15. Daddy was sitting where he always sat at night, an old Bible opened on his knees, looking out across those Tennessee fields. I was 17 and mad at the world, thinking I knew more than anybody else. He didn't say much, just pointed to the chair and told me to sit a while. Some conversations stay with you forever. It started with a back porch prayer, 2 folding chairs and the evening air, a worried father and a stubborn son trying to figure out what life's becoming. The stars came out while the world stood still, and somewhere between the silence and his face, God met us there in a back porch prayer. Years went by and life got hard. I lost some things and earned some scars. There were nights I didn't know what to do, when every road felt like the wrong one too. That's when I think about that porch and the words I heard that night about grace, forgiveness, family, and holding on when times get rough. Funny how wisdom sounds simple, looking back now. It started with a back porch prayer, 2 folding chairs in the evening air, a worried father and a stubborn son trying to figure out what life's becoming. The stars came out while the world stood still, somewhere between the silence and his faith, God met us there in a back porch prayer. Now my little boy's almost 17 and life's moving faster than it seems. Last night we sat out on that same old porch talking about dreams and growing up. And it started with a back porch prayer, 3 generations sitting there, a grandfather's face still living on long after he was gone. The stars came out while the world stood still, and I felt him smiling somewhere. Yeah, heaven felt close in a back porch prayer. Yeah, heaven felt close in a back porch prayer. Got upgraded at the gate somehow. The lady smiled and called my name, said, looks like today's your lucky day. Man, if she only knew. I had a ring still in my carry-on and a honeymoon that fell apart, flying toward a beach we dreamed about with half a broken heart. Champagne tastes funny when you're drinking it alone. I'm heartbroken, first class, 30,000 feet above the truth. Got a window seat and a perfect view of everything I lost with you. Everybody thinks I'm living good up here above the clouds. Yeah, I'm heartbroken, first class right now. Couple sitting across the aisle can't keep their hands apart, and every little laugh they share feels like another dart. The flight attendant asked me kindly if I'm headed somewhere fun. I just pointed at my wedding band and ordered another one. Some destinations ain't worth reaching anymore. I'm heartbroken, first class, 30,000 feet above the truth. Got a window seat of everything I lost with you. Everybody thinks I'm living good up here above the clouds. Yeah, I'm heartbroken first class right now. Funny how pain can ride beside you, even when the seat is empty. I'm heartbroken first class, but somewhere over the sea I started realizing maybe you weren't the one for me. And by the time those wheels touched down, I could finally see I was heartbroken first class, but I wasn't broken. No, I wasn't broken.